The following is a presentation of the United Wrestling Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Championship Wrestling. John Roberts here. We've got an action-packed hour.
Hey! John, there's way more important things going on here because we do not want the same thing to happen to the rest of the women's division that happened to CC Chanel. Do not sign anything that Nico Marquez puts in front of you. He is a liar, a thief, and a misogynist, and we are doing the Lord's work here, people.
Oh my gosh, say what you want about Heather and Halston, but we want to see anybody taken advantage of.
Can you elaborate a little more on that?
No.
Well, Championship Wrestling starts right now.
Welcome to Championship Wrestling, presented by Pro Shingle. Another chaotic start to our program, and that's becoming a trend. I'm Dustin, she's my Maria, and what do you make of that?
Well, you know, I don't trust Nico Marquez as far as I can throw him. He always seems to have something up his sleeve. We're going to hear from Nico himself later this hour.
Oh boy. Last week, we crowned a new United TV champion in Levi Shapiro, and nobody, and I mean nobody, was happier than Howdy Price, and we're going to hear from them today as well.
Speaking of new champions, today's Dave & Buster's main event match of the week is for the United World Tag Team titles when SoCal Distancing defends against 4 Minutes of Heat. We could crown new champs 2 weeks in a row.
Hey, it could happen, but right now, let's head to the ring to get the action started.
And introducing his opponent from the Electric City, weighing in at 210 pounds, BHK, Kevin Martinson.
And Alyssa, for Kevin Martinson, since focusing on singles exploits, things have been going well for the former tag team champion.
Yeah, secured 2 wins over Danny Limelight Rivera, one of which happened just at Primetime Live.
And the previous victory right here on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, racking up a lot of victories. This should be a real dynamic matchup, though. East Coast, West Coast here, guys. And a lot of times, Max Caster kind of gets the psychological advantage pre-match with his freestyle raps.
He was actually telling us as he was making his way to the ring that he made that song. He made his entrance song. And he wanted us to know about it.
Well, they do call him the Hitmaker.
And the hits are going to keep coming, I'm sure.
Well, when you're in there with Martinson, though, Blake, you might end up being the hit taker because Martinson has got an incredible offensive arsenal.
Absolutely. He's dealing with a very big guy in Max Caster. When we saw Max Caster take off his vest, we see that he's got a lot of size and muscle mass on him. But the technical prowess of Matheson's almost got him a 3 count right there early on.
Into the head scissors there goes BHK, Kevin Martinson, and Caster quickly back to the corner.
Now, you were talking about Max Caster having a very psychological long game before he even makes it to the ring. He's a big trash talker, a battle rapper. He actually, I believe, I overheard in the locker room, he was spitting a few lines about his upcoming opponent that we're now seeing him in the ring with. And you got to wonder if that gets inside the head of Martinson.
I would dare say a rap about Martinson would be a Space Jam.
Todd.
Sorry, couldn't help. Nice roll up here by Max Caster in the early going, trying to turn BHK inside out. Both guys trade arm ringers, and look out here, suplex on delivery by Martinson. Nice explosiveness there, Blake.
Martinson did a fantastic job of changing that exchange up, getting behind Matheson and putting him on his back.
Kevin Martinson is feeling the effects there on the shoulder, and Martinson is a wily veteran. He's been on this program for its entirety of 10 years, and you got to think he brings some battle scars into the ring every time out.
Absolutely. You got to wonder if there's a little bit of callus that comes from being here since the beginning, and how much of a threshold for pain does Kevin Martinson have?
Well, over the years, we've seen that it's quite a bit. Nice agility on display by Castor. Athleticism both ways, taking out the wheels. He did that to Danny Limelight on Primetime Live. Little hi-ya and takes him down quickly into the cover. Now, sense of urgency, only a count of one. Castor proving that he's tough and he's here for the long haul.
Oh, but now Max Castor taking a big chop from Kevin Martinson. And BHK, reverse. Martinson's in the corner.
Big shot there, and when Kevin Martinson gets rolling, it can be trouble. He can hit you from all angles, but look at this. Castor was wise to it. Big slam, and Martinson just rolls through. Single leg pick, might be thinking rat trap. And going to the eyes here.
My gosh, Castor trying to blind his opponent. We talked about him having a psychological game, but it's also incredibly physical with Castor.
Ooh, now hard and heavy into that shoulder again. Eating a lot of pain. Those pain receptors being put to the test here, Blake.
These are some vicious moves, man. He's out there trying to hurt Martinson.
But now look, just wrenching on the shoulder of Kevin Martinson is Max Castor. Max Castor, not only a psychological game, very physical, trained at Create a Pro under Pat Buck and Brian Myers, where he's now an assistant coach. So he's teaching people how to do things like this, what he's doing to Kevin Martinson.
And Martinson, back in the day, actually faced Brian Myers, one of our blockbuster events here on Championship Wrestling. Check out Heritage Hall playlist for that. I think it's one of the matches we featured. And now taking control, back and forth, seesaw battle. Unique matchup here between Castor and Martinson. Martinson reaching maybe for a little hair there. Whatever it takes, guys.
But Castor back on that shoulder of Martinson. Oh, but takes a side shot to the jaw.
And a big shot there by Martinson. I mean, it takes a whole lot of bravado to go around claiming you're the best wrestler alive, and that's exactly what Castor does. Ooh, backbreaker, really pulling Martinson into that knee and looking to capitalize, and we see some of the fundamental skills on display. This matchup continues, back and forth action. Right after this, cover. No, we'll be back.
Mid-South Weather laying the smackdown on your roof? Let Pro Shingle help today. Whether it's a repair, cleaning, or a brand new roof, Pro Shingle offers free estimates and financing plans to help right now. Call 901-258-6503.
And that is all day.
Be Connected Wireless is the #1 place for all your cell phone and electronic needs.
Mention this ad and get 50% off on all accessories.
Great deal. That's Be Connected Wireless with 3 convenient locations in Memphis.
Okay guys, time to get ready for the Spooktacular Costume Contest.
PartyWorks has the best costumes in Memphis.
Welcome back, everyone. Max Castor, Kevin Martinson, and that shoulder injury might be the difference maker, and that arm drag's not going to do it any favors, as well as the short arm scissors of sorts, and really pinpointing that shoulder now as he goes for the cover, Blake.
Those are 3 fantastic moves, back to back to back there. Max Castor needs to continue working this left arm on Martinson, and I think he might be able to get the W.
Max Castor, you can see platinum Max Castor, and based by the periodic table symbol on his tights, you can see that it's a science to him. as well as an art.
Yep. Given an education in ring and a little bit of chemistry as well. These two have had good chemistry. Great action here on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. But right now, Castor's got the high ground, intends to keep it. Snap Mayer and now drives the knee down yet again. It's been a long time. Wait a second. No, don't tell me. Look out here. Oh, mic drop elbow. He connects. That might do it. Covers Martinson. Boy, Castor comes in here and gets a victory over one of our top stars of the United Wrestling Network. That would be really making a statement.
And I mean, what a wild card, just bringing a foreign object into the ring potentially, but going for the mic drop that he made famous.
Well, that big elbow, and it did its damage. It hit its mark. You know, the microphone, a little insult to injury, but now big right hand trying to counter. How much more do you think the shoulder can take at this point, Blake?
Not a whole lot. I would like to see him try and slap on some type of submission. He has been doing damage to that left shoulder nonstop this entire matchup. I'd like to see him put Martinson on his back and work some type of shoulder or arm lock.
Martinson tries to quicken the pace, showing his balance. Big shot there, little fireball, little Hadouken. You know, he was once the NES of Rock Ness. He was an avid gamer, Kevin Martinson, before he was a spaceman. Into the cover, just giving everybody a little history lesson.
We can see a lot of damage on Martinson's left arm. It's almost starting to impact his offense a little bit. It's not just hurting him defensively, but we're not going to see as much offensive output out of Martinson with that damage on his left shoulder.
You make a good point there, Blake. And a couple minutes ago, how many times have we seen Martinson absolutely launch people across the ring with a German suplex? He went for it and was not able to execute it. So, point taken there, and now, oh, look out here. Castor takes him off the top, isolates the arm and shoulder. At shoulders on the dissection pan, it's getting pinned, but will Martinson.
See, this is very smart wrestling right here by Platinum. He wants,
But now, is he looking for the rat trap again? Is Platinum Matt Castor able to get out of it?
Well, he's trying to fight from his back with strikes, and now wrist control, put pressure. Look at the up kicks there, putting pressure on that shoulder, and was able to counter, double stop attempt. Castor, nobody home for that.
So much awareness coming from Castor. Had to be aware of his shoulders on the mat, had to be aware of where Martinson was.
Boy, Castor did his homework, I think, guys. I mean, he is one step ahead of Martinson in this matchup, and that is not easy to accomplish. Little separation now, guys, and Martinson can do wonders with that. Big bicycle kick right up the middle. Martinson starts to roll. Does he have the strength? He does. Brainbuster. That's how he put away Danny Limelight on the ramp. Is it going to be enough to put away the Hitmaker? Indeed.
Here is your winner, Kevin Martinson.
Kevin Martinson just dropped Max Castor like his next album.
Things sure got violent in there, man. You can see Martinson bleeding out of his left eye right now.
Let's take a look back. Yeah, you can see the scars of battle all over the face. A replay brought to you by Primetime Live, where Martinson has been a fixture as well. Finally hits him with the Brainbuster. Castor looked good. He might be a hit maker, but not quite enough to get all the way to the top of the charts here in the United Wrestling Network.
What a fantastic match of physicality between these two competitors.
Martinson earned that like never before, Alyssa, yes.
And Kevin Martinson, scars of battle, raising his hands in victory to celebrate after such a hard-fought war against Max Castor.
Bloody battle for sure. And our own James Kincaid will be standing by to get a word with the Hitmaker with Platinum. Max Castor should be interesting to get his thoughts after this heartbreaking loss. Tough matchup.
Castor might have taken a loss tonight, but he definitely showed a lot of potential and prowess in his debut here at Championship Wrestling for Hollywood.
Let's hear from him. James, take it away.
Thanks, Todd. Here with Max Castor, a valiant effort. I know it's not the result that you wanted, but what do you take away from this? How do you regroup moving forward?
My goal is to prove that I'm the best wrestler alive. We already know I'm the most handsome wrestler. I'm the best rapper / athlete. But I want to prove that I'm the best wrestler alive. So I came here to Hollywood. I've never been here. And I said, put me against the best. And they did. And you know what? I lost. So no rhyming. Rhyming is for winners. Today I'm a loser. And that's okay, because you know what? I'll be back in Hollywood, because I'm a star. That's where the stars go. Forget any other town on the planet. Hollywood is where the stars are. And even though this star is a little bit hurt and a little bit sweaty, I'll be back. I'll be back. And that right there is a mic drop. And I'm not going to drop your microphone, because it's expensive.
Welcome back to the studio. Kevin Martinson picks up another big victory despite being busted open during the match.
Man, and newcomer Max Caster, big talk in a losing effort.
Shifting gears just a little bit, we've been following this story on Watts for several weeks now. After Miguel attacked Watts in the parking lot a few weeks back, Watts made it clear last week that when he sees Miguel again, he will pay the price.
And I can't wait for that. Don't miss Watts live in Memphis next Saturday at our Drive-In SPOOKtacular, and maybe he'll get his hands on Miguel then.
Maybe. We have to take a quick break, but first, John Roberts is standing by with Beef Candy.
Your favorite tag team.
Yeah, right.
Flex McCallion and, Richie Slade, Beef Candy. Flex,
this is the result. This is the result of E.J. Sparks. Right here, E.J. Sparks put his hands on the money. And look at the damage. Let's see what the damage is. Oh, baby, no. Let's just rip this boy off. Oh, God, no.
What does it look like?
It's split ends.
Ah.
And you came this close to damaging the money. I don't want you even anywhere near this. And Jordan Clearwater, I don't know what business you have coming out, but you need to learn when to step out and let Beef Candy graze where we belong. Hey, I'm not worried about that. We're fair guys. So let's just start from scratch. Let's give John some candy. I'm feeling generous today.
It's time to find out how succulent we can be.
Beef Candy.
This portion of Championship Wrestling is presented by Platinum Jewelers.
The holiday season is approaching.
And you know we always like to shop local.
Grab your wife the perfect holiday gift at Platinum Jewelers.
And we aren't the only one who shops at Platinum Jewelers.
What's up, Memphis? This is Jaren Jackson Jr. from the Grizzlies, encouraging you all to shop where I shop. Platinum Jewelers here in Memphis. 545 Perkins Extended in East Memphis. The other is 9387 Poplar next to Fresh Market in Germantown. Go to my spot, Platinum Jewelers.
Top of the Line Event Hall is a stunning venue in Memphis, perfect for your big day.
This unique venue offers everything you need to create your party, wedding, reception, and more.
Check them out, 3674 Ridgeway Road.
Or 901-396-8684.
Big Brother Big Sisters of the Mid-South invites you to their annual sports ball.
This virtual event takes place on Friday, November 13th. We're hosting for the second year in a row, and just wait till you see my new kicks.
Get more info at msmentor.org.
And introducing his opponent, weighing in at 220 pounds, the Golden Boy, Jordan Clearwater.
Golden Boy in the house since his recent training, Black House MMA, along with our broadcast partner Blake Bulletproof Troop. Golden Boy has been shining brighter than ever before.
This kid, as I mentioned earlier, he continues to impress me. His striking, his grappling, his aggression, this kid has it all.
Clearwater so impressive since returning not only on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, Alyssa. We saw him live on pay-per-view, Primetime Live, getting a win over Will All Day, and also competing for New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's just a real career renaissance here for the Golden Boy.
It truly is, and Golden Boy has been absolutely astounding in the way he has evolved his style, honed his skills. And it's stands true in the ring right here at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
Got to wonder, with his experience in New Japan as well, was that part of the training to prepare him for the type of action that the Golden Boy would see in New Japan Pro Wrestling on Strong?
The goal was to prepare him for every type of opponent he may get himself inside the ring with. So regardless of who he's in there with, he has the same skill set, and he's going to be able to do this to anybody.
Lazarus is tough, and tough to keep down because he loves dishing out pain, and he can take it as well, Alyssa.
He certainly can. Otherwise known as the Killjoy, Lazarus has a little bit of a sadistic kind of side to him. He definitely likes to hurt, but he's got the shoulders down. Did Clearwater. Back
Lazarus
to work.
Came out looking like a madman, swinging his hair around, crawling around, making weird faces. These wild card characters are my favorite, but I don't think he's going to be able to stop Jordan Clearwater's Midas touch.
Well, we'll see. Not in position for that right now, but showing his grappling. Weight shifted by Lazarus into a pinning combination. But maintaining and dictating the pace right now of the matchup is the Golden Boy, Blake.
Yeah, Lazarus did a great job of fighting back to his feet in that headlock.
Muay Thai clinch here, sinking in the knees. Is that clinch work something you worked on as well?
We have worked plenty of Thai clinch. I'm a big fan of him using it in the corner, training some separation, and then finishing with the Midas touch. He actually has a win over, I believe it was Jose Santiago, with that exact combination.
Big Beal out of the corner, showing his strength as well here, Alyssa.
Absolutely. You can see there's a certain amount of aggression that's coming from Jordan Clearwater. Recently had a run-in with Richie Slade, coming to the aid of EJ Sparks last week, and you can tell he's fired up and angry.
Yeah, certainly some issues there. Look out here, though. Butterfly suplex. Pop the hips. Beautifully done there by Lazarus. Everything was going the way of the Golden Boy, and that seemingly came out of nowhere. Beautiful suplex. Now, there's some of those torture tactics. He was grinding the forearm in the face and not electing to cover.
Not electing to cover. You got to wonder, does Lazarus want to win, or does he just want to inflict harm on Golden Boy?
Oh, no! Wow. Just like that, the Midas touch. We talked about the butterfly suplex out of nowhere. How about that? That's going to do it.
Here is your winner, Jordan Clearwater.
Quick, decisive, effective. Let's take a look back at how Clearwater put him away. Replay brought to you by Primetime Live each and every week on pay-per-view. Take us through the Midas touch.
Got a little bit of separation and brought that boot up, connecting square in Lazarus' face. Lights out.
Standing by, John Roberts.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Jordan Clearwater. Great victory for you there.
Richie, Flex, I saw what you did to a friend of mine out there. I've got one option for you. You take the pick. Left leg hospital, right leg cemetery.
Strong words from Jordan Clearwater calling out Richie Slade. I can't wait to see that matchup. More when we return to Championship Wrestling.
Mid-South weather laying the smackdown on your roof.
Wait a minute, what is this all about? Miguel coming out of nowhere, the supposed childhood friend of Watts. We saw, what kind of a friend he is, what he's doing in a Championship Wrestling from Hollywood ring. I do not know, and now this choke bomb.
Oh my God. Is this all just to send a message to Watts?
I think trying to one up Watts there.
Okay, let's get caught up real quick. A lot has happened in the last few minutes here on Championship Wrestling.
Plenty of silliness from Beef Candy and Jordan Clearwater once again with his Midas touch.
Left leg hospital, right leg cemetery. Another big win in the golden era. And Beef Candy better look out. They don't want any of that smoke.
No, they don't. Miguel with another sneak attack on a defenseless opponent. I can't wait for Watts to get his hands on him.
You aren't the only one. More on that story as it develops.
Up next, it's our new United TV champion.
I just can't get used to hearing you say that.
Me either.
Levi Shapiro, and of course, joined by Howdy Price. Levi, it's been a long road to this title. I know how much this means to you. You are finally the United Television Champion.
Oh, John Roberts, you don't know how good it is to hear that. It's been humble beginnings and a long road for Levi Shapiro. You know, I've been in championship wrestling and the United Wrestling Network for some time now. I've done my duty. Me and the Classic Connection, me and my former tag team partner, Buddy Royal, we put in the time and we did the work. But you know what? I didn't need Buddy Royal, just like I never needed him. I kicked his butt to the side and I took what was mine. And you know what that is, John Roberts? This title right here, the United Wrestling Network Television Championship. And I'd like to say one thing to all the imposters out there. You might think that you're a television champion, but I am a real television champion because the United Wrestling Network is broadcasted on real televisions across the United States and the entire world. So you know what? I linked up with my man Howdy Price right here because I know what gold is, and I'm going to let Howdy Price do the rest of my talking.
Howdy! It's a beautiful story. What started off as a dream, what started off as a little tiny seed was planted, and then a little bull came and watered it himself, and he said, "Oh, we're gonna grow, and we're gonna just go big and strong, and our golden horns are gonna start sprouting." And we just kept watering it, and we kept dreaming it, and then all of a sudden, the bull grew a big iron claw. And then the golden opportunity just started trickling upwards. And now it stands tall, taller than anything, taller than any structure, taller than any mighty redwood. A big, grand, golden charging bull with an iron claw and the television championship. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Like I said, nobody is happier about championship gold than Howdy Price.
When we come back, Nico Marquez is in his office and he has another announcement to make.
Oh boy, this should be good or bad. Stay with us.
Nothing can beat this.
Not even a pillowcase filled with candy?
No. This is a pillowcase filled with candy. Except it's a cup filled with candy.
The Trick or Treat Blast.
That's so good.
Next Saturday is the big day.
Oh yeah, and I can't wait. Halloween Day at 3 p.m. right here in Memphis. It's the Championship Wrestling Drive-In SPOOKtacular, presented by Pro Shingle and benefiting the Hero Empowerment Center.
Let's take a look at the lineup.
AEW's Marco Stunt and Peter Avalon will be in action. Marco's coming in courtesy of our friends at Easy Flea Tattoos.
With all the chaos happening on this program, I can't wait to see all the stars from Championship Wrestling in action, like the monstrous Watts. Yeah. He's not in a good mood, and I feel sorry for whoever gets in his way.
Don't look at me. Speaking of chaos, CC Chanel will be here in Memphis. She's the center of some controversy herself with Nico Marquez, but she'll be in action next week at our Drive-In SPOOKtacular.
The main event, Will Allday, will be here, along with many of your favorite local Memphis wrestling stars.
Oh, that's right. Derek King, Alan Steele, Precious, The Posse, LA Hustlers, and Lucha Sensation Blazing Star, and don't forget about Humongous. Plus, a special appearance by the legendary superstar Bill Dundee, courtesy of the Tub Pros.
Dustin will be hosting, and be sure to wear your costume.
Oh, I'll be wearing mine. Wait till you see it. Our kids' costume contest is presented by PartyWorks, your complete discount party store, and our national anthem will be performed by Holden Hastings on behalf of Melody Time Music in South Haven.
Tickets are on sale now at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com, and don't forget, it benefits the Hero Empowerment Center and Heal the Hood Foundation of Memphis.
We have a huge Halloween spooktacular in the making. Stay up to date and informed about everything that's going on by following at CW30 Wrestling. Wrestling Trivia returns to Sidecar Cafe on Monday, November 2nd at 7 p.m.
Register your team at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com and you'll get a free appetizer.
Ooh, speaking of free, it's free to play, and somebody please beat Arnez and Mike.
On Halloween Day at 3 p.m., I'm going to be in Memphis at the Championship Wrestling Drive-In SPOOKtacular, presented by Pro Shingle. I'm coming to Memphis for 3 reasons. 1, I can't wait to see all the great wrestling fans. 2, I really want to eat some Halloween candy. And 3, I'm coming to kick some butt. But first, I'm going to be hanging at Easy Flea Tattoos with my buddy Flea here in Horn Lake. You can come check them out either at Wolf Chase Galleria or right here in Horn Lake, where I am. Be sure to head over to championshipwrestlingmemphis.com to pick up your tickets. And I'm going to go ahead and get tattooed.
Kooky Canuck in Cordova is the official outdoor after-party destination of Championship Wrestling.
Come hang out with your favorite wrestling stars outside and socially distant at our Patio after party.
Be sure to wear your costume. We will see you there.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, Nico Marquez. Now, some of you may be wondering what that contract that I had CC sign. Well, I should say that she signed and she made the greatest decision of her life. Now, CC, water? Now, the contract was not really a wrestling contract. It was to be my personal assistant. Thank you, Cece. Thank you. Well, I've been here getting back on track, getting a little bit more power as we go along. Cece, stapler. Stapler, Cece. Thank you. And I just wanted to assure you, the fans, that I have regained control of Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, and there will be no championship belt for the women's division. Cece, can I get that award, please? Ladies and gentlemen, I am willing to go above and beyond for you.
Welcome back.
I knew it. I told you no one should trust Nico.
I know.
It's disgraceful. Not only is he taking advantage of CC Chanel and the women's locker room, but also no women's championship.
I know that look. I know it all too well. So we need to move on. More on that story as it develops, and maybe this will cheer you up. Anthony Idol is back, and he's next.
That's right, the neon phenomenon, the incredible one, the baller, the shot caller, the man who makes all the ladies holler, is finally back to work at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. And the biggest task in front of me, the work I'm going to handle, well, deals with closing out 2020 with all the momentum that I had coming into this year. 2020 is when I reclaim everything that I had coming to me. And everybody has to deal with the neon phenomenon. Whew.
Neon Phenomenon ready for action. Saying he's going to get everything that he was owed out of 2020. You might say he's going to get some retroactive payments.
Oh, you're not wrong about that.
And introducing his opponent from Gun Barrel City, Texas, weighing in at 230 pounds, the Western Roughneck, Jesse James.
But it's Anthony Idol that might be making some payments here, guys. We saw how tough the Western Roughneck Jesse James can be with his recent victory over talented youngster Jack Cartwright.
That's right. He absolutely demolished Jack Cartwright with that monster lariat.
Couple big weapons at play here, Blake. You got the likes of that Idol overdrive for Anthony Idol, and how about that big lariat that we saw on display in his debut by Jesse James?
The lariat was extremely impressive. I'm really interested to see how well Jesse James is able to deal with a significantly bigger opponent. Jack Cartwright, the guy that he competed against in his last match, is a relatively smaller dude when you look at him next to Jesse James, but you see the exact opposite size differential between Idol and Jesse James right now. Let's see how it plays out.
Collar and elbow time. Usually we see Idol just throw people to the mat with that. Only backs up Jesse James a feet or two. Jesse James calling for saying there was a pull of the hair. I don't believe so, but it doesn't hurt to try. And now taking the side headlock is the Western Roughneck, Jesse James.
And what polar opposites stylistically in their presentation as well. You got the Outlaw, the Western Roughneck, but then you also have the Neon Phenomenon, who lives his life cranked up to 11.
You got to love a big heavyweight hoss fight. And that's what we got here, Blake. How about that? Shoulder block, neither man gave an inch. And again, two big bulls colliding in the center of the ring.
I'm always a fan of watching two superpowers go at it. Man, these are two big boys, and they're not holding back.
Oh, man. Both looking for the same thing.
Man,
Both
we
going
almost
for
saw
that
a double knockout right there.
Seriously. And we know how powerful that lariat is, and now the clothesline in the corner there as Jesse James goes for work, chops the heck out of the Neon Phenomenon, and that hurt Jesse James just as much.
Oh, the chop is so swift, you can almost hear a little whistle with it. Oh.
Now whistle while you work, and Anthony Idol said he's going to go to work, went to work there with that huge overhand chop. Not often do we see pain etched on the face of Jesse James. Big power slam there by the Neon Phenomenon.
This is the type of differential that I expected to start seeing when Jesse tries to go head-to-head with the guy who's significantly bigger. We saw with the exchange on those chops how much more power Anthony Idol has in his hands.
And Alyssa, Idol, since returning, has been very frustrated in how things have gone. Close call, almost took that open challenge from Watts. He could perhaps be the Heritage Champion right now.
You never know. Anthony Idol was ready to go. He was coming down the ramp, ready to approach Watts, the then Heritage Champion, but Ray Rosas just got right in line, hopped right in front of him. I think he was still lacing his boots on the way to the ring. Anthony Idol thought he was cashing in the PP3, so he let it be, but man, what an insult to Anthony Idol.
Big reversal there, and Anthony Idol's got some unfinished business with Ray Rosas, so he would love to even the score and win the Heritage title, but to get an opportunity, he's got to string together some wins. You saw that tough loss against the Dirty Daddy Chris Dickinson on pay-per-view on Primetime Live. Back body drop there by the big man. And back and forth heavyweight hoss fight here, fun to watch.
After missing several opportunities like the PP3 finals as well as challenging Watts, and then coming off that loss to Dickinson, we see an Anthony Idol that's coming out here and looking to get a W. He's not playing around with Jesse James.
You're right. Yep, go ahead.
Anthony Idol,
no, the chop.
The chop is huge, but Anthony Idol was fired up, so ferocious, and now just taking that back elbow from Jesse James, he staggered.
Well, the Western Roughneck will take the starch out of you in a hurry. A big clubbing forearm. You don't want to get clubbed on here by the Western Roughneck.
He's been doing some damage to Anthony Idol's neck. He jabbed him in the throat, and that was about 3 or 4 big shots to the back of the neck.
Speaking of jabs, here we go. Neon Phenomenon.
That extra momentum.
Flip, flop, and fly. Did not hit the bionic elbow, but got taken out with that big boot. Right up the middle. Oh, he's sizing him up for the lariat.
Whoa!
Spear, though. What a counter. Anthony Idol was able to change levels there, Blake.
That was beautiful. He went right underneath. And while Jesse James' body was exposed as he threw that big lariat,
has just enough to get the big man up and over. Idol overdrive and continues to kick it into a new gear.
It was all set up on that lariat.
Here is your winner, Anthony Idol.
Let's take a look back at the action. Make sure, again, our friends over at Championship Wrestling, they've got the Drive-In Halloween Spooktacular coming your way. And we look back at the action. Who was looking for the lariat, changed levels, the big spear. That was the beginning of the end.
You could see Jesse James, the way he adjusted the band on his arm, he was tightening up, ready to go on that lariat, but Anthony Idol had it scouted and was able to get that spear on the Western Roughneck.
Jesse James' body was wide open as he threw that powerful lariat.
All right, wrestling fans, John Roberts here alongside minority owner and head matchmaker Nico Marquez and Miss CC Chanel. And Nico, what's going on? What's
going on?
Yeah, with these contracts,
Oh,
with
okay.
all of your
Hold on,
actions
hold
lately.
on.
What's
No,
going
no,
on?
no. Listen, the women's division is canceled. Okay, now Cece has made the best decision of her life. Okay, she has signed a contract with Nico Marquez. Okay, so she's not going to be here in a wrestling capacity. She's here to be my administrative assistant. So, long story short, the contract basically says she does everything I tell her to do. No talking outside this place.
Cece, is this really what's going on here with this guy?
Well,
You speak when I speak to you. That's it. Simple.
Okay, look.
You can't stop me like that. But go ahead. What are you going to say?
This aside, in other news, Heather Monroe and Halston Boddy, they really don't agree with what you're doing. And I got to back them on that.
Well, I wouldn't really take that stance, John, because I have a special plan for Heather Monroe and Halston Boddy. Okay?
What's that?
Well, it's going to be a match during the Halloween episode and it's going to be a body bag match.
A body bag match on our Halloween special?
Oh, absolutely. I thought it was themed.
What are you doing? What do you think you're doing?
No, not this guy.
Oh, listen, Nico. The women's division is far from canceled. And you know what else? That women's belt that you don't think is being made is getting made. And second off, challenge accepted.
And it is not gonna be some boring old body bag match. It'll be a Halston body bag match. Yes.
A Halston body bag match on our Halloween spectacular. Nico, I think you got your work cut out for you. Who's the opponent going to be?
To be announced.
Need a quick roof repair, maybe 5, 10, 15 shingles?
Pro Shingle's new Speedy Shingle service is just what you need. It's quick, fast, and speedy.
They can help with even the smallest roofing repairs. Call Pro Shingle now, 901-258-6503. New Wing Order is your main event for award-winning wings. Featuring more than 20 flavors ranging from mild to scorching hot, they have options for all tastes.
Looking to bring that award-winning flavor to your pantry? Purchase bottles of their Memphis Buffalo sauce by visiting newwingorder.com or from their fine retailers in Memphis.
Book them for services or catering at newwingorder.com, or you can find the food truck on social media at New Wing Order.
That's what we do. STS Pod celebrates the month of Morton with special episodes covering the career of Ricky Morton.
Okay, I was him for Halloween one year.
Ricky joins BT for a special episode about tag teams. STSpod.club. Melody Time Music in South Haven is perfect for all musicians.
They buy, sell, and trade major brands of guitars, amps, keyboards, and more. Plus, learn how to play guitar with lessons from Holden Hastings.
Oh yeah, check them out today at melodytimemusic.com.
Our next free watch party at Dave & Buster's is WWE Hell in a Cell. Join us Sunday, October 25th. It's free. Plus, you'll get a free game card. Dave & Buster's Wolf Chase.
As if Nico could get any worse, although he somehow manages to do so every time we see him.
Next week, right here on our Championship Wrestling Halloween special, our Drive-In SPOOKtacular main event match of the week is a Halston body bag match?
Knowing Halston Boddy, he has to have something special up his sleeve for that one.
Heather Monroe versus a mystery opponent. Who could it be? Who?
We're looking forward to that next week, but first happening right now is the Drive-In SPOOKtacular main event with the United Tag titles on the line.
It's time for the Dave & Buster's Match of the Week. Watch WWE Hell in a Cell at Dave & Buster's tomorrow night. It's free. Plus, you'll get a free game card. Let's head back to ringside.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the United World Tag Team Championships. Introducing first, the challengers. At a combined weight of 400 pounds, Rock God Ricky Gibson and Freak Nasty Eddie Pearl, 4 minutes of heat.
Oh no! Just the champions jumping the challengers, not even awaiting their formal introduction. Adnan Qureshi heading for the hills in a hurry.
My gosh, but Andy Brown thrown out of the ring by the sheer force and momentum, but Young Fuego trying to go flying.
Nice power slam back inside. Oh, gonna make quick work of the champions, perhaps.
Despite being blindsided early, 4 minutes of heat have gotten their feet back under him and already started to take back control of this matchup.
And as you said, Alyssa, they made Andy Brown a non-factor there. If they could have capitalized, can you imagine? Almost ended the reign there of SoCal distancing. Andy Brown back to the apron now.
We know how dangerous it is. Whenever a guy gets stuck in there with both members of 4 minutes of heat, they're definitely in for some damage.
4 minutes of heat are experts when it comes to double teaming as well. You know, moves like the jam session, backstab it, power ballad. They have really, really revolutionized double team maneuvers. And another close call in the early opening minutes of this matchup.
I talked about the cohesion of Freak Nasty Eddie Pearl and Rock God Ricky Gibson. It's stuff like this, being so attuned to one another, they know exactly what the other's thinking.
It's a long way to go for an eye poke there, Blake.
It's a long way, but sometimes you're adding insult to injury. And that was just a dirty technique, kind of rub it into SoCal Distance face a little bit because they attacked him early on. I don't blame 4 minutes of heat for
cover again.
for getting a little dirty there.
I'll tell you what, and I think that maybe in their tour bus, 4 Minutes of Heat have been doing their homework on SoCal distancing. They saw the beatdowns that they put on Heritage champion Ray Rosas. And look out here, they're looking for one of their signatures. They call this the jam session, but little added drum solo there with the German suplex, cover again by Ricky Gibson. That brings in Andy Brown, and I got to believe the champs realize that they're in some trouble here.
They've done a good job of isolating Adrian Quest. He's the smaller of the two, and they're able to do a good amount of damage on him.
But take a look. This is what's so dangerous about SoCal distancing. Yes, Eddie Pearl and Ricky Gibson are super cohesive as a tag team, but Andy Brown and Adrian Quest are both seasoned singles competitors. They can handle their own in the ring.
No doubt about it. Of course, Andy Brown, former Heritage champion, Red Carpet Rumble winner. Adrian Quest, young Fuego, great competitor. Wow, what a right hand there, and you can see it just rocking. Freak nasty.
Andy Brown has some serious power in his hands. I've been around combat sports for a long time, and you can really tell what kind of impact a punch has by the sound it makes.
Boy, big neck breaker there now as well, and back breaker. All in one, 2-for-1 special, as Stu Stone would say, BOGO.
You can ask anyone at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood and across the SoCal scene, no one hits as hard as Andy Brown.
You know, interesting you say that, because in the episode of The Push with Bad Dude Tito said that. And if Tito says that Andy Brown is the hardest hitter, that is the ultimate compliment. Drop toe hold takedown. Now we see some double teaming by the champions into the slab. Blatant disrespect.
That was return on that eye poke they did earlier. Got a little bit flashy and a little bit fancy just to do something dirty.
Yeah, maybe a little buyer's remorse, a little receipt there by the champs.
So 4 Minutes of Heat's getting a little bit taste of their own medicine here. We've seen Eddie Pearl over there stuck inside the ring, taking damage in the corner of SoCal distancing now for several minutes.
Close call there. Yeah, you're right. They have absolutely isolated Freak Nasty Eddie Pearl here for the last few minutes and have dished out just a ton of punishment in the process. And as they say, Eddie Pearl is very much in the wrong part of town. Well, that's one way to come into the ring.
Andy Brown certainly knows how to make an entrance and make it count right in the breadbasket of Eddie Pearl.
I don't want to see SoCal Disney get too comfortable right now because they have Eddie Pearl hurt, but I want to see him try and take advantage of it. I would like to see them get the W and start looking for a pinfall.
Well, I think it kind of started with static and now to SoCal distancing. This is a more sadistic Andy Brown and Adrian Quest. Double teaming there on the outside, just draping the neck and head over that second rope. And those ropes can do a lot of damage, guys. That whiplash effect. Big suplex follow-up there by Andy Brown. Floats over into the cover, looking to put him away. Not a lot of authority on that kick out.
Certainly not. You can tell Eddie Pearl is reeling from the damage he's been taking at the hands of SoCal distancing.
The champs in control in this tag team title matchup. We'll be back right after this.
Missing a few shingles and need a quick repair?
That sounds like a job for Speedy Shingle Service. It's quick, fast, and speedy.
They can help with even the smallest roofing problems. Call Pro Shingle now, 901-258-6503.
Nothing can beat this.
Not even a pillowcase filled with candy?
No. This is a pillowcase filled with candy. Except it's a cup filled with candy.
The Trick or Treat Blast.
That's so good.
Make your bathroom beautiful and more functional than ever.
Leave it to the pros, the Tub Pros.
Call the Tub Pros today at 901-871-8827.
Or visit thetubpros.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to our United Tag Team title main event. Throughout the break, absolutely smothering the challengers have been the champions, SoCal Distancing. And more of the same here. Oh, good balance there. Tag is made. And guys, the Rock God is fresh.
Fresh and ready for action is Ricky Gibson, like a hurricane whirling through.
Rock you like a hurricane indeed. The wolf is hungry. He needs to tell. Look at that. Back suplex.
Oh, he wasn't the legal competitor, Andy Brown. He had made the tag to Adrian Quest, and now Ricky Gibson.
Into the cover this time. This one will count.
That was fantastic officiating. I had no idea that he was not the legal man.
Yeah, there have been a lot of moving parts in this one, guys, and you're right. Great officiating there But Adrian Quest now taking control and trying to rip the arm out of the socket here.
And Todd, you had mentioned it before, a new aggression, sadistic nature to SoCal distancing. There's so much intensity as they're fighting now to maintain and retain the United World Tag Team Championships.
Wild tag team action with the titles on the line. Speaking of wild, how about next week, the challenge issued Halston Boddy Bag match featuring Heather Monroe. We're told the only way to win that matchup is to put your opponent in the body bag. That's going to be the main event of Championship Wrestling from Halloween next week. More double teaming now by the champions. We don't know who the opponent of the Keller Bay will be. Andy Brown goes for the win, only a count of 2.
That was a very smart move there by Andy Brown, knock Eddie Pearl off of the apron. That way he wasn't able to get in there and break up that pinfall.
Certainly a strategy on the minds of the champions if they want to retain these titles.
Absolute veteran tactics out of social distancing.
Social distancing has really utilized the ring as a weapon in this matchup.
But SoCal Distancing has also used their history together. They've trained together, they've been friends, they've been on the same side of the ring, and they've been on opposite sides of the ring. They know what each other are capable of, they know their strengths, they know their weaknesses, and they're putting it all to work inside the ring here.
Wicked shot there by Andy Brown right up the middle, Blake.
Something else these guys are fantastic at is keeping their opponent in their corner. As you can see, between the Rock God and his teammate is Andy Brown. There's no way that they can just have a direct path to get out of the ring, to get back to their corner.
Absolutely. Frequent tags now being made by the champions. Young Fuego comes in, and they're really taking 4 minutes of heat out of their game plan, because that's usually what, oh man, really pinning that arm to the dissection pin. It's double team. Oh, here's the cover. Quick tags, double teaming is what brought 4 minutes of heat to the dance. That has been taken out of the game plan right now, guys, courtesy of the champs.
We're seeing a lot of attacks by SoCal Distancing right now, and they're doing some vicious attacks on the left arm. Not only is that going to reduce his defense, but it's also going to reduce his offense. He may not be able to punch that arm, might not be able to grapple with it. We're not sure how much more the Rock God has in that left arm.
Yeah, this is vicious, and Alyssa, of course, for a long time, Adrian Quest was known for his high-octane offense, for high-risk offense. He is picking a body part and sticking to it in this tag team title encounter.
Oh, as you can see, absolutely.
Flying arm breaker. And another deliberate shot there. And just, the Rock God's got to be just gasping for air at this point and trying to ward off the pain. I mean, that arm's going to be hanging like a piece of meat at this point, you got to believe.
Oh, and an extra stomp for added injury. Ooh. But you were talking about that high-flying offense of Adrian Quest.
Perched up top, looking for that Phoenix Splash. Called the audible.
Oh, no. Oh!
Little blue thunder bomb there. Boy, desperation move by Ricky Gibson, but it might be just what the doctor ordered. Do you think that Gibson has enough left to roll over and make this tag?
You know, they talk about firing on all cylinders. I think that Ricky Gibson's firing on whatever cylinders he's got left.
I think he needs some spark plugs. I think he needs a tune-up at this point.
This instant replay is brought to you by Dave & Buster's. Don't forget, watch WWE Hell in a Cell with us tomorrow night. It's free to watch. That's Dave & Buster's Wolf Chase.
Eddie Pearl back in. Oh, man, is he getting punished? Ooh, jumping enziguri there by Eddie Pearl. I think it was how fresh he was that allowed him to ward off that kick. Gibson now getting a piece of the action. Cross body.
Cover? New champions?
Wow, how close was that? I don't think that Andy Brown was aware that a tag had been made, guys. I mean, it was moments ago, you know, that Eddie Pearl was back in this thing, and Ricky Gibson with that cross body, Blake, seemingly came out of nowhere.
Andy Brown definitely looked blindside. He did not see that attack coming. It landed flush.
Our official Scott Johnson has been really maintaining order in this match, but only so much order can come when you're dealing with SoCal Distancing.
Well,
the Rock God has done a fantastic job of recovering. He had a few moments on the outside of the curtain to get himself back together, and as we can see, he's backfiring on all cylinders.
He was, and he is now. He had his head on a swivel. He saw Adrian Quest coming in, trying to attack from behind. Now, calling on his teammate, his bandmate in there. We might see some of that signature double teaming. They've got Adrian. Wow, what are they going for here?
Oh,
Double
goodness.
superplex, maybe?
Oh, in comes Andy Brown. coming to the aid of Adrian Quest, his fellow tag team champion.
Playing spoiler. Oh, look at this. The head is tucked in perfect place for that super kick. We saw him execute this on Primetime Live. Now here in the Ocean View Pavilion, everything comes crashing down like a wave on the West Coast, taking out the other part of the spectrum. And wow, how did Gibson kick out of that?
I don't know what. It's just from all of the offense, that everything that's been done to the shoulder and to the arm of Ricky Gibson, that he could still get that, still being able to kick out.
That is a complete will to win, will to try and win the titles, self-preservation. But we've seen the package pile driver many times by Andy Brown, but fighting it off, using the corner there, Blake, to get out of harm's way.
There's beautiful ring positioning, so utilize the ring to help him out.
There was the low bridge. Oh, look out here. Might be time for a little backstabbeth. They could do it. Backstabbeth delivers. And oh man, we were going to crown new champions if it hadn't been for that last split-second save. What a match. Oh no.
Oh no. Our official inadvertently hit by the legs of Adrian Quest while he was. Oh no, our official is out.
Referee got caught there, and now I think the challenger's looking for the power ballad. Power ballad, there's 1, 2, 3. This match would be over. Oh, what's happening to the lights here?
Hold on.
I can't.
What's
going on? We have gone into total darkness here, guys.
What is going on over here?
I have a feeling SoCal distancing is up to something.
Yeah, work on getting these.
Okay, the
all right.
lights back up here, and we saw the power ballad. The match would have been over. They had him down for well over a 3 count. Now the official starts to.
Hold on.
That's not the official. What the hell is this? That man, it's that unknown man, and he's got the crowbar.
This mysterious character we've been seeing alongside SoCal distancing in the ring with a crowbar.
Wearing the shirt of an official. Are you kidding me? Not this way. All
What?
right, here comes
Ray
the
Rosas!
Heritage Champion. Oh, there's a lot of history here, guys.
After countless attacks at the hands of SoCal distancing, Ray Rosas now firing off on Andy Brown and Adrian Quest.
Blake, he is dividing and conquering his Rosas.
Ray's got a chance to get it out.
Oh no,
He
wait,
is throwing hands.
What's he got?
What's he got there? He poured something on that cloth.
Oh my God.
You can smell it over here. It
Oh
smells like it's ether. Oh my God.
We can
hear
smell this at the desk. That is straight
Ray's out.
ether that we. Oh no.
Ray's out.
Asphyxiation, they completely put him out again. My eyes are watering just from smelling that over here, guys. Oh my God. He's out. He's completely
Rosas.
out. He tried to do the right thing. He tried to come in and get revenge. How many times are they going to do this to Ray Rosas?
Another big main event in the books and another sneak attack by SoCal Distancing and this mystery man. And I can actually smell the ether from here.
What is this? A smell-o-vision?
I just couldn't help myself. I had to say it. Whatever it was, it put Heritage Champion Ray Rosas down and fast.
3-on-1 like always. Join us next week for a Halloween special, and right after the show, it's our Drive-In Spooktacular event presented by Pro Shingle live in Memphis.
I can't wait. Watts, Will Allday, CeCe Chanel, Marco Stunt, Peter Avalon, Derek King, Alan Steele, the list goes on, and they'll all be in action live right here in Memphis, benefiting the Heal the Hood Foundation and the Hero Empowerment Center.
We'll also have a kids costume contest presented by our friends at Partyworks.
I've got my costume. I'm Dustin, she's my Maria, and we'll see you next week. Lots of fun stuff coming up for Championship Wrestling, all of which are socially safe.
Watch WWE Hell in a Cell tomorrow, absolutely free at Dave & Buster's. Dustin will be there with free game cards.
Oh yeah, then of course, Drive-In SPOOKtacular on Halloween Day presented by Pro Shingle. That's a big one and we hope to see you there.
Get your tickets at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com, and while you're there, register your team for wrestling trivia at Sidecar Cafe.
That's on Monday, November 2nd at 7 p.m. Team Canada, Arnez and Mike, they won last time.
Okay, and we'll never hear the end of that.
No.
It's free to play. Register your team and earn a free appetizer.
For more details on events, catch us online at CW30 Wrestling.